Welcome to Pashua's Moment with Pastor Charles Kiyaga.
Praise the Lord, brethren. We are back again on our program, The Pashua's Moment. And as always, I'm your servant, Pastor Charles. And I come with this message that mobilizes us to seek God. I'm seated here on Zion Pashua's Prayer Mountain, a great site that is dedicated to the cause of seeking after God. I encourage you to come as often as there's an opportunity for you to come. Come and retrace your roots. Come and retrace yourself back to your source. And your source is God. It is God who makes great people out of people, just because He knows He has the destiny of these people in His hands. So the more we seek Him, the more we are seeking our destiny. So I encourage everybody to enroll in the ranks of God seekers. At the end of this year, we are going to have a joint event where all of us are going to be here. Between the 28th to the 30th of December, we are going to have a prayer and fasting camp. We are going to be camped here for the whole 3 days of prayer and fasting. It is a free entry. You don't have to pay money to come. But at the end of the last day, we shall have a breaking of fast together. Still, that one you don't need to pay. It will be arranged by a few members of the network, so that the rest of you don't feel bogged down and saying, I should have come, but I don't have money. We want you to come. And if you want to be a blessing to the work, you okay, come and give a seed. Come and put a seed in the work. But don't be deterred from coming just because you don't have money. Other members have made it possible for you to come and to be blessed. Okay? So, yesterday, we ended here in Genesis chapter 21, verses 13, where God said, I will make him a seed. I will make out of him a nation, because he's your seed. And we said, no matter the circumstances in which you came, you are still a seed that God gave to this world. And out of you, there is a nation hiding within you. So you need to seek God. Verses 14. So Abraham rose early in the morning and took bread and a skin of water and put it on her shoulder. He gave it and the boy to Hagar and sent her away. Then she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. Painful as it was, Abraham had to do it because God had said, release that boy and her mother and let them go. It was very displeasing. Very displeasing. But God had told him, I will still make a nation out of that young man because he's your seed. You know, the way we find God is different and doesn't have to be the same formula. God in his grace and mercy navigates our lives in different ways. But at the end of the day, He makes us reach a point that we can be able to see Him. We can be able to see Him. Do not hide away yourself. Do not delineate yourself from the fact that you come from God, and it is in God where your destiny resides. Even this young man who was born out of you could call it disobedience, you could call it sin, you could call it anything. But he was not planned. He was not in God's plan for Abraham and Sarah. But somehow, circumstantially, this young man came. So, though it was unpleasing, Abraham rose early in the morning and got bread, got a skin of water and put it on the woman and the boy and gave them and sent them away. Then she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. God had planned a way that still this young man will be able to find him, will be able to become a nation. But not by the way Abraham thought. We as pastors, we may think we understand it, but we do not know the destiny of everybody that God has put in our hands. Some of the people that God has put in our hands have got great destinies. Some of these people's destinies are even bigger than ours. But somehow as a pastor, you want to gag them. You want to limit them. You want them to do it a certain way. There is a template in which you think everybody has to move. But it's different. So God was telling Abraham, you were the pastor of this house. But the way these two people are going to become what they were created to become is different. Let them part. Release this bond woman to go away with his son. But still, I still remain the same God for the two. And somehow I will navigate their lives towards a certain direction, a certain destiny. So Abraham gave what he could. Gave bread, gave skin of water, and sent her away. You as a pastor, you can do what you can, but dedicate the people to God. And then God will navigate their lives. Sometimes it could be out of hardship, as we will see. This woman, out of hardship, she eventually sees God and charts a way for the son. You can never cuddle people from the storms that they have to go through to become what God created them to become. You are not going to be that person that stands in the way to say, it must be done this way. There are times God tells you, release them. Let them go so that they may find me. When they find me, they will become what they were meant to become. It was very painful for Abraham to part with the son. But that was the way, that was the only way it would work for God to fulfill even what he destined for that young guy, that young man to become. God bless you. We begin from there tomorrow.
Eyo yebadde Pursuers Moment ng'ekutusiddwako essomero lya Pursuers Junior School erisangibwa mu Butambala ku kkubo lya Mpigi Gombe. Kati wulira enkizo eriwo singa otwala omwana wo ku Pursuers Junior School. Interviews za bwereere. Essomero liyimiridde ku musingi ogutya Katonda ate ng'omwana agonjulwa abakugu. Tutumbula ebitone eby'enjawulo mu mwana. Tulina amazzi amayonjo ku ssomero ate ng'omwana bw'asomera ne weyeebaka abanga mukungu. Endya y'abayizi nnungi byansusso anti emmere tugirimira nga ne faamu y'ente weeri ku ssomero. Tulina emmotoka ezitambuza abaana. Pursuers Junior School e Butambala tusomesa abaana okuva mu baby class okutuuka ku kibiina ekyomusanvu mu Dene boarding. Okumanya ebisingawo 0772 41 98 4 ne 0702 36 41 64. Pursuers Junior School Butambala, in pursuit of knowledge.